Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Michlin morning program on KSJE.
And we have an extra segment for you this morning to talk about an upcoming event at the Aztec Museum in Pioneer Village coming up this Sunday. Joan Monniger from the Aztec Museum is back in the studio with me this morning. Welcome back to KSJE.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Good to have you here. You almost have enough visits for a free T-shirt, just to let you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's coming.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So good to have you here. And also, you have a special guest, too, that you've had call in to the program to talk a little bit about this special event coming up on Sunday. And that is the author of the book, The Sheep Industry of Territorial New Mexico. And that is author John Wallace. Mr. Wallace, can you hear me this morning? Good morning.
Yes, I can hear you very clearly.
Excellent. Well, it's good to have you on the phone with us this morning to talk a bit about your book. That'll be part of your presentation here on Sunday at 6 p.m. And as Joan Monniger has talked to us all summer about the programming at the Aztec Museum, sheep is kind of a big deal with their programming, and a big deal about life in the Four Corners and in early Aztec, correct?
Yes, definitely. The sheep industry was so essential to the heritage of New Mexico, and it really starts early. And we're so fortunate to have Mr. Wallace coming to talk to us on Sunday because he literally wrote the book on it.
Literally, that's true, and it's right there on the screen, exactly. So, Mr. Wallace, talk to me a little bit about your book. You're talking about this time kind of before statehood, so pre-1912 in New Mexico, and how important the sheep industry was?
Yes, my talk at the Aztec Museum will be a brief overview of the story of sheep and the sheep industry in New Mexico during the Territorial years. This was a period that extended from 1846, when the U.S. Army occupied New Mexico during the Mexican-American War, and it ended in 1912 when the territory of New Mexico became a state. The sheep industry flourished during these years, but for many years before that, it was a mainstay of the New Mexico economy.
Interesting.
To go into a little bit more detail, the sheep industry was important in the integration of New Mexico into the United States, and that incorporated the Southwest also. It became part of the national economy, which was expanding very rapidly at the time. Hopefully my talk will clearly explain an important part, and which has been largely neglected, of New Mexico history. That's a brief summary of what I'm going to be talking about.
Very good. Well, and it's fascinating, Mr. Wallace, because as Joan Monniger has been telling us about all of the exhibits and other programming that she and her colleagues at the Aztec Museum have been putting together for this whole year's worth of exhibits and
people, I think,
education.
There's so much, I don't know, just passion and, just romance around, cowboys, right?
Right.
Cowboys in the cattle industry.
Yes.
But
Cowboys
sheep, for New Mexico, sheep was just the backbone of it. It was what we ate. It's and across the nation, what people ate: sheep, lamb, mutton. You wore wool. That was before synthetics.
Right.
And it clothed the military, right? I mean, all those military uniforms that we see, those were all wool. It just changed the landscape. So Lifeways, Foodways, had the Spanish not brought the churro sheep over, you wouldn't have the Navajo shrub and the beautiful weavings that I'm looking at in your studio right now.
Right, very true.
So it is just so important to Lifeways, Foodways, the landscape, everything. So we're really excited. I will say the Pioneer Village is going to be open at 4:30 in the afternoon.
On Sunday.
Free on Sunday, which is odd. We're not usually open on Sunday. But folks can come on out. We ask them to park in the back probably, in the municipal lot off Park Avenue. Come through. The village will be open. The main building will also be open. There are the stairs, but that's where our sheep exhibit is.
Right.
And then at 6 o'clock, we have Mr. Wallace's presentation, and he's really going to educate us. And I think you don't know New Mexico history if you don't know the sheep history.
Right.
That's my feeling.
It's a big part of it. Well, as Mr. Wallace was saying, it was a big part of our state economy in those years, quite a few years, as you mentioned, Mr. Wallace. I was counting maybe about 70 years perhaps, something like that. And was that more of a unique economy for a territory at that time, different from our other maybe neighboring states? Did New Mexico have more of a sheep economy than the other neighboring states?
Yes, it was. Well, it was there first.
I see.
The New Mexico sheep industry was the first major sheep development west of the Mississippi River, joined by California a few years later, but then
Those copycats.
in the later 19th century, other states and territories in the Rocky Mountain region got involved in a big way, particularly Wyoming and Montana. But New Mexico was there first and was the primary western sheep industry for many years.
Very good. And I don't want to give away all of what you'll be sharing on Sunday, but there's probably more to the story, right, than you're sharing with us at the moment.
This is a multifaceted story, and I'm only going to be hitting the high points. It's actually rather complex, but a lot of very interesting things happened during this period.
Interesting. Well, and of course, if folks want to get into the nitty-gritty details, they can read your book, too, I would think, right?
Yes, yes.
Although I will say we are not going to have it available for sale. Our Amy's bookstore, Quest, we're not able to get that because it is a university press book.
Okay.
We don't get a discount.
I see.
The way books are done now, but folks can order it on Amazon. It's available. If you order it today, you should get it in time,
right?
So that
you can bring it and get it.
Yeah, Dr. Wallace or Mr. Wallace could sign that.
Okay, very good. And Mr. Wallace, when did you write this book? How long ago?
Oh, I wrote it actually over a period of many years while I was working for a master's degree at University of New Mexico. It was published just a couple of years ago, finally, after many years. So it's kind of hard to answer that question, I guess.
No problem.
And it is one of the sources I used when researching our new exhibit. That's
Okay.
kind of how I came to it.
Gotcha.
And then I was busy trying to track down this retired physicist from Los Alamos, trying to get his contact information. And I went through the publisher and history folks to find him so that we could bring him up here. So
Nice.
Yep.
Very good. Well, what a treat it will be to hear from you, John Wallace, about your book and your other thoughts about the sheep industry of Territorial, New Mexico. It'll be an free event.
yes, free.
6 p.m. Sunday at the Aztec Museum. The
Gate opens at 4:30.
Gate opens at 4:30, so you can check out the Pioneer Village and the other exhibits at the museum in the main building, and then stick around to hear Mr. Wallace's presentation at 6.
Yeah, folks, please come out and you'll learn something that I guarantee that you did not know before.
I've already learned something this morning, so just that much. So there you go. Mr. Wallace, I can't thank you enough for joining us this morning as well. We are just about running out of time, but we appreciate your time and your interest in being here this morning, so thank you very much.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you. I will see you on Sunday.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, John Wallace, author of The Sheep Industry of Territorial New Mexico, Livestock, Land, and Dollars. He'll be talking more about that, of course, on Sunday. Joan Monniger, always appreciate you coming in and sharing some of your great programming with us so we can share it with our audiences, too.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Scott.
You bet. Good to see you. It's coming up this Sunday. Free event at the Aztec Museum in Pioneer Village. Thanks to my guests here on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.